Welcome to video 9 of Coach Jones. What I'm doing is I'm starting to take out the inside portions of the letters of Coach Jones. I've got the bit that I think I can clean all these letters out, but up here in the BFND, in these pointed areas, excuse me, I don't have the bit that I can get right up in that corner area. So I've got one on order. It's going to be here tomorrow, but I'm going to clean out the most area that I can, and that way I'll be ahead of the game when it gets here. So I'd already started on these two when I realized my camera had lost its positioning, and you just heard the router running. You didn't see what was going on, so I started the video over. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, so we're just going to be taking the background, or the bottoms of these letters, and bringing them down to the area that I want them to. And so we're going to get right back at it. So here we go. What I want to point out is I think that you can now see why the little buffer zones that I created around all the lettering, why it's so important, because I can clean up right up into it and I don't have to worry about taking away any of this finish of the letters. So that's the reason we do the buffer zones. So here we go. Brings us to the bottoms cleared out on those. So now I'm going to move up here and start to clear out as best I can up in the BFND, and we'll be pretty much ready to go. Okay, what I want to point out to you right now are these witness marks that I've put on the board. What those are, those indicate an area that I have to remove out first when I start taking out the background, and I've got to take this area out right here, same width, same location on the other side of the logo. The reason I have to do those first is this line and this line represent where my bit will carve, but I have to have, I'm gonna scoot it over a little bit, I have to have this much of my base riding over some solid pieces of wood for it to maintain a flat surface, give me a good background, a good clean out when I go to do it, but more importantly, it gives me a safe flat platform for my router to rest on so that I can safely do what I need to do. So you have to constantly be thinking about what the steps are that you're going to be doing down the line, and how is what you're doing now going to affect what's going to have to be done a little bit later on. So I got to thinking about that this morning, and I said, you know, I need to make sure where I can do it. So that's what I did. I measured out, found out where I could work with, and got those lines drawn. So now I know when it comes time, I can go ahead and get those done. Now, one of the other things I need to do is get all the way around on the inside, this inside line. I need to cut the buffer just like I did around all the letters. I need to cut that buffer in there all the way around, and that's going to give me a protection zone just like I had around all the lettering. So I need to cut that buffer zone, but to get that perfectly straight, I'm going to have to set up some guides for my router base to follow and get that line cut perfectly straight. So I'll do it here, and then I'll do it also that way, and then on the other end. So this is what I'm doing in the background right now. I'm going to be getting most of this stuff done while I'm waiting on those bits to arrive tomorrow. So we're going to get right back after it. So I'll catch you in a little bit. Well, all right, this is the setup that I'm going to use to cut the groove along the lines all the way around on the inside. And what this is, I use a straight level because obviously it's good and straight, and I take the same measurement from the bottom of this line back to here, from the bottom line back to here, strike a mark so I know where to put the level, clamp them down in place. It's not going anywhere. Now what this mark and this mark represent right here is the distance from the front of this base to the back of the bit, and that's going to give my groove. Now I'm purposely going to make it not quite all the way to the line because I decided I want a little bit wider cross section for the line on the edge around here. So I made it just a little bit, it's going to be just a little bit wider when it's all said and done. So but this is how we're going to cut the groove in all the way around to give us a room. And I'm doing it with a different bit this time. I'm doing it with a 90-degree profile bit. It's going to cut like a little V groove all the way around. It's going to kind of give it like a little standoff area. Kind of a neat looking little finish to it. So here we go. And just like that, we have a relief mark. So I'm going to do this all the way around on the inside, and we'll have the relief mark, and then that's going to give me the buffer zone that I need when I start doing the clear out on the backside. And it's just going to add a little bit of character to the carving. So I'm not going to film doing the rest of them, but this is a 4-foot level. This is a 42-inch board, so obviously the level is longer than the board's going to be, so I can use this all the way around. So I'll be back here in just a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up Coach Jones video number 9. It's getting a little bit long. Tomorrow when I get that other bit in, I'll go ahead and finish cleaning up all the lettering down to the final depth that I want them to be at. And then I'll do the clean out of the rest of the background of the sign body, and I think you're going to enjoy what that's going to look like. So I'm looking forward to getting this. We're getting real close to completion, and I am tickled to death the way this one was coming along. I want to take a moment and thank everyone who's been following me along the way. I appreciate you doing that, and if you would, please hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And if you would, don't forget to hit that bell icon so you get notified every time I post a video. And lastly, if you would, please share my channel and my videos with your family and friends. I'd greatly appreciate it. So until tomorrow, y'all have a good one, and we'll catch you then. Bye-bye.